came across some tweets that I figured I should read to the audience. They didn't sit well with my spirit.
Should we play some church music?
Not at all.
Okay.
Please, no music at all.
Okay.
I'm going to read tweets from Taxstone. Taxstone says, weak men only have aggressive ways with the weak, or who they've deemed weak, either family, kids, cripples, women. I'm going to give you a lesson in weak men with strong personalities. Joe Budden, for instance, clear weak man, only feels comfortable around stupid women or submissive friends. If you can't challenge Joe Budden mentally, you can't be his best friend. Anyone to challenge his Machiavellian ways can't be amongst him. So if you see people hanging around Joe, just know they're piss dumb or as feeble as Mitch McConnell, who I don't know why they keep letting Mitch McConnell speak at a podium.
Why they keep letting him outside?
They got him again. They got him again.
They
You
need
see
to just
him?
leave him in there on the charger and just let it go. You know how you got the old shit that the phone don't last too long? Like, so you take, damn, this shit dying again? You just gotta plug that shit up and leave it there, bro. Extension cord, something.
He right. Said leave him in there on the charger.
He's right though, bro. That dude
Keep short circuiting.
he be killing the mannequin challenge.
Body in it. Yo, you stupid. So, that's not funny.
After you was laughing at the nigga.
No, but it is funny
is
because
funny.
the government always come out 30 minutes later and say, all right, now he cleared all medical.
Yeah.
Perfect health.
No, he didn't.
No, he did not.
He didn't. But I'll continue. Every time a man steps to Joe for something disrespectful, he says, he folds like a lawn chair. Clear indication of bullying tactics that go wrong. Then he tries to clear it up with miscommunication. See, because when I speak to these dudes in private, they love me. Then on podcasts, it's always something negative to say, but only because I'm not around. I never knew some of these people had issues with me until 7 years of being away, but I'm pussy. I got jumped by nerds in the courtroom. Outside the courtroom, then on podcasts, I don't even know what I did to these niggas. Putting up with ways you don't agree with is a form of Stockholm Syndrome. Ice and Ish somewhere crying to each other about Joe, but pulling up to a podcast together and smoke hookah in solidarity. End quote. I wanted to use this moment as like a teachable moment, and hopefully somebody can get this message back to Taxstone. For those unfamiliar, Taxstone is or was once a very heralded podcaster who many deemed to be a force to be reckoned with for years to come in the podcasting space, who was sentenced to 35 years for his participation in the Irving Plaza debacle that went down. I also want to let people know that I have been nothing but supportive to this gentleman. I've given the benefit of the doubt, free Tax. At some point, Tax hit me to have Vito on my podcast because Vito would corroborate his story when it seemed like he was in need of some help during the trial. He asked me to do that favor. I allowed Vito to come up here. Typically not someone I would have up here, but I did. He didn't corroborate anything, and that was the end of that. I never, ever, ever, ever get along with you pseudo street niggas, like the pretend street niggas. And part of that is my fault because I know the real versions of y'all. So when I see y'all's actions and it don't line up, I run. Also with the pseudo street niggas, some of y'all's moral compass and y'all belief systems and your ideologies, I just think are really, really, really backward. So I want to talk to Tax about shit I think is weak. And I'll have this conversation in a transparent manner, and I'll divulge some things that I've never divulged before, and then that will be the end of me speaking to Tax. When I came to do Tax's podcast, Tax had a gun on him. And then he passed that gun off to somebody, and then that person went and scurried to another room. I thought that was weak. I said to myself, why the fuck does somebody need a gun to do a podcast? And secondly, why do you need a gun to interview me? I'll allow a brief moment of silence right here so the audience can pick up on what's blasphemous about both of those statements anyway. You guessed it. Why do I even know that you have a gun on you if you got one? But you height-deprived street niggas tend to overcompensate, and y'all scared the shit out of me. I thought all of that was weak. I did. Then, right, what happened after that? What happened after that, after I did that part? Oh, shit, wait. Then Charlemagne granted you an opportunity, and I watched you get sunned out. I thought it was super weak, but hey, to each his own. Either he totally lost his backbone or now we both have scoliosis. But boy, did you get to shucking and jiving and dancing. I thought that was weak. I did. Then me and your man got it on around the corner. Shout out to him. Salute. You got to come up here still. And the very next morning, you was on Twitter divulging every single detail of that dance like you was fucking Lisa Evers. I thought it was weak. I did. But that's not even the weakest part. You brought a gun to a benefit concert. To whose benefit? You pulled that little gun in a small, crowded room, endangering the lives of moms, dads, uncles, all of the people in there. I thought it was weak. You murdered a good man and you shot a good woman. Shout out to her. You online stalked Troy Ave for years. For years. I just don't know real niggas to move that way, but hey, maybe you was making up your own rules. But I thought that was weak too. I did. Then you pulled that gun out. Why you couldn't just get punched in the face, actually? I thought that was weak. I did. Then you pulled that gun out and a nigga took the gun from you and chased you all around the fucking venue. My nigga, I don't know what definition we going by, but we clearly have two very different definitions of weak. You soft, fragile, insecure ass nigga. And then you got the nerve to be mad that I went on Gilly and Wallow's podcast and said that my inspiration was Combat Jack and that I didn't pull much inspiration from you because you are a worker. You niggas be sensitive and mad at my honest truths. Rest in peace to Combat Jack, iconic legend. It's my man and I miss him. But that's who I was talking to. And you were indeed a worker. You were working for Loudspeaker. That's back when y'all was running around saying that y'all got, what was y'all so happy about? 15% of the ad money that y'all was getting when Loudspeaker was taking 30 to 40% off the top. Y'all was excited about it. That screamed worker to me. You were a worker for Loudspeaker. You are a worker for depopulation. You're now a worker for the state. You are a worker for Black Death. And still somehow you have the audacity to be in there focused on and talking about everybody but you, which is where I get befuddled at, because the judge gave you 35 years, not for the crime. People have done worse and gotten less. He gave you a stupid ass 35 years so you could sit there and fucking think. So you could just say to yourself, yo, I earned this. Next time you sit your bare ass on that hard metal toilet seat, all you need to say to yourself is, I earned this. I don't want to hear none of these niggas that sing your praises. Tax be dropping gems. Them gems got you where? Did you improve on the design or did you do something new? It's now over for the tax brought the streets to podcasting. No. The streets took you from it. It's a bitter, bitter taste having to watch niggas like me and Gilly and Wallow and Nori and Math have all of this success out here while you post these 2016 polls. But sit with that. Embrace that cinnamon challenge. It's bitter, I know. But the last thing you need to be worried about is what anybody else is doing. I think it's weak. I think you're weak. I think you've always been weak. And some of the things that I think is dope, like freedom, like being there for your parents, for your family, for your kids, for your children, buying real estate, setting up trust, the 401k shit. I was just talking about sports earlier with my little brother. I think all that shit is fly. And all of you pretend wannabe pseudo street niggas, maybe you wouldn't understand it. So as you age in there, you should think about all of these things. This has been the pattern for about 15 years now. A short, fragile, height-deprived, insecure nigga doing his best to overcompensate. And why do you ask niggas for favors that you feel this way about? I think that's weak too. All of you niggas is fragile, bitch-ass niggas. And had you said any of this when you was free, you know we could have danced around the corner. You know that. You know that already. So I hope this is a teachable moment for many out there. Stop listening to these loser niggas, man. Let them just tweet away and go away. That's what I have for Mr. Tax.
New Joe Budden.